Today we're talking about Jim and Ineos. We're going to talk about his various sporting ventures, the failures and the successes. And do we think he really means it to own a soccer team, or is just something to tick his list of priorities, or is just a bucket list tick that I did this, I did this, I did this? I don't know. It's up to you. Just give me a bit of your time. Let me say what I think is really happening here. This is United Uncle. Hopefully I find you well. Jim Ratcliffe, believed to be the richest person in England. He's very rich. He's a billionaire. He co-founded. He's owning Ineos. And under Ineos, there's what they call Ineos Sport. And on the hierarchy of Ineos Sport, we've seen the like of Blank, who's the CEO of Ineos Sport, which is Jean-Claude Blanc, the CEO of Ineos Sport. This is one of Sir Jim's right-hand men. Directly underneath that guy, we've got Sir Brailsford, Dave Brailsford, who's like the head of performances across the board. But recently we've seen him is very active at Manchester United. We wonder which role he has been given at Manchester United. One thing, a question for you guys. Do you think Sir Jim really means it? It's something which is his passion. He really wants the good of the football club. Or is just a tick to say, I've done this, I've done this. Let's just talk of in football in general. Sir Jim's sponsors a lot of teams in the Premier League, including Tottenham. I don't have the facts, but there's a lot of teams which are being sponsored by Ineos. You have seen even in the stadium of Tottenham Hotspur, you have seen there's signage of Ineos everywhere for their car, the Grenadier. It's okay, he started sponsoring them before he bought Manchester United. It's understandable. But the reason for my video today is, does he mean it? Does he have the passion to be part of the team? Does he mean good? Or is just something whereby when he's sleeping at home, he just say, okay, I own this, this is part of my team, that's what I think. Because I don't know, maybe that's how billionaires think. Me, I'm nowhere near a billionaire. I'll be one day, believe you me, but I'm nowhere near a billionaire. And I'm not one to judge how do they make decisions. But you're allowed to talk when you see things wrong. Ineos, he's got football, he's got cycling, he's into Formula 1, he's into sailing, he's into rugby, he's into athletics. In athletics, which is the marathon, the running and stuff. You've been sponsoring different teams, different ventures. He's all over the show. If you talk of his business interest, he's got a lot of things: chemicals, cars, petroleum, sanitizers. There's a lot of things which fall under. That's how they do it. So if we talk of sport, if they were really genuine people, they really love soccer the way they do it, why they can't just venture into football only? Why do you want to be a jack of all trades? As they say, a jack of all trades is a master of none. Why do you have to do all these sporting activities? Now we've got people who are good in cycling. They're now leaders telling us what to do in soccer. Why are you venturing into all these activities? That's my take on that. I don't think they really mean it if they say they want, what do you call it? I don't think they really mean it, that they've got a passion, they love the club. And Sir Jim has been on record saying he's a diehard Manchester United supporter. As diehard Manchester United supporter, we can see what's wrong with the club. How come him as a billionaire, he can't see what's wrong? How come him as a billionaire, he can't do the right things? I know he's known for playing the long game. He's got a giraffe view. He sees things from far, whereby no one else sees what's happening. And he's also got his famous saying that it's better to arrive at the perfect destination walking than to go to the wrong destination running. So they've got a view of future that maybe starting from 2028, Manchester United will be able to win the Premier League. As we don't see it like that, we see a club which is sinking. We see a club which is going to be relegated. We see a club which is not going to have any revenue with the new rules and stuff. I don't know. That's my take on say Jim. I don't know what to say about it. Yeah. Let me talk of soccer. In soccer, football, it depends where you are. Where we are, we call it football. Say Jim is minority owner, Manchester United, about 28-29%. He owns Nice, full ownership of Nice. He owns the Lausanne in Switzerland. That was part of his team. They had a team in Ivory Coast. I don't know, are they still owning that team or they are no longer owning it? But if my memory serves me correct, they've got a team in Ivory Coast again, which is part of, it's like a feeder club. I don't know, it feeds Ineos in France and stuff like that. But I'll do more research about that. I'll tell you in my next video when I talk about Ineos. But let me just talk of success. At Nice, one of the successes is that you have improved infrastructure. You've put finance to the club. Manchester United, what successes can you put under Ineos? His success on a personal level is being part owner of Manchester United. We have seen they've put money for the tunnel. You see the tunnel when you're coming out to Old Trafford. They've done small renovations at Old Trafford. A bit of paint there, a bit of touch up. They've done that. I heard they're building Carrington. They're redesigning the training fields. We've seen you've done a restructure. He's putting like people, he says the key people in each and every positions. But that's all we can write home about so far. That's all we can write home about. Failures in France with Nice. He never won anything with Nice. Never in top 3 with Nice. Failed this season in the Europa League. I'm sure they were last or second from last in this current setup of the Europa League. In Switzerland, with the Lausanne Sport, which they acquired in 2017. 2018, they were relegated. Make that sink in. 2018, they were relegated. We've seen Ineos, they're up and down. And they've got a record of firing coaches. They fire coaches up and down. They don't play. They fire people. We've seen the redundance. What's happening at Old Trafford? They are firing people. They say they fire until you get the right. That's their approach. That is one of the weakness which I can say. If we talk of Manchester United have gone worse. They were supposed to fire Ten Hag. They wanted to fire him, but they didn't. They give him a budget. Ten Hag bought his own people for him to be fired mid-season. And what do? They bring a coach who plays a different mentality. And what do they do again? They don't support the coach with the necessary infrastructure. They don't support the coach with the necessary resources. What do you expect when things like that happen? Manchester United is on position 15. We are closer to relegation than being in top 4 or top 6. We've been worse. They've let all our attacking options go. They've let people go on loan. They don't replace them. They took Dan Ashworth from Newcastle, garden leave, paying they paid Newcastle for Dan Ashworth. They paid for his garden leave. They brought him to Manchester. Within 6 months, he's fired. They pay him again for his contract. I heard they are looking again for another technical director. Recently, they appointed a guy who's called Armstrong. He said the business officer. I don't know what exactly he's going to be doing. Business officer. You'll be in charge of bringing sponsorship. So I don't know what Omar's job is, since he's the CEO, more on the financial side. So you can see a conflict of interest already. We've got Brailsfeld, we've got Lorraine, we've got him himself. A lot of people in the same area. That's how I see it. We're talking about his soccer. There's nothing to write home about that. We can say he's been successful. We can say he has been successful in football. We haven't been successful in anything. We haven't seen his success. It's been worse. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Is it time to say Ineos out? We know we've been Glazers out, but is it time to say Ineos out? Because we haven't seen any success from these guys. I don't know. What do you say, guys? This is United Uncle. Feel free to comment. Feel free to... you can support me in any way. You can tell me where I'm wrong. You can tell me where I'm doing correct. Just support me in any way by writing in the comments. Your comments, your engagements, they help me grow as a channel. This is United Uncle. Thank you.